Imagine this. You just had your annual checkup, and your doctor says your cholesterol levels are creeping up. You smile politely, but inside, you're thinking, what does that even mean? Do I need medication now? Am I at risk for a heart attack? Well, here's a fact that might surprise you. Nearly 94 million U.S. adults have high cholesterol. That's almost 1 in 2 people over the age of 20. But here's the good news. You don't always have to rely only on medications. In fact, the foods you eat every day can play a powerful role in lowering what's known as bad cholesterol, or LDL cholesterol. So stay with me, because in this video we're going to break down the best foods that can naturally help you fight cholesterol, protect your heart, and give you more energy. All backed by science, but explained in a way that makes sense. By the end, you'll know exactly what to put on your grocery list, and how small changes at the dinner table could add up to big wins for your heart health. Why cholesterol matters, background and context. All right, before we jump into the food list, let's clear up the basics. Cholesterol is actually not the villain it's often made out to be. Your body needs cholesterol. It's a type of fat that helps build cells and produce hormones. The real issue is balance. There are 2 main types of cholesterol. LDL cholesterol, that's the bad one, because it can build up in your arteries like gunk in a clogged pipe. HDL cholesterol, the good one, because it helps clear that buildup away. When LDL is too high, it increases your risk of heart disease and stroke. And unfortunately, in the US, between fast food, processed snacks, stress, and long hours sitting at a desk, it's really easy for LDL levels to rise. But here's the empowering part. Your daily food choices can push the numbers in the right direction. Let's go through the top foods you'll want to add to your plate if lowering cholesterol is your goal. Oats and whole grains. Let's start with breakfast because it's the first opportunity of the day to take care of your heart. Oats and whole grains are absolute superstars when it comes to lowering cholesterol. Why? They're loaded with something called soluble fiber. Now, soluble fiber acts like a sponge. It literally soaks up cholesterol in your digestive system and helps your body flush it out before it even gets into your bloodstream. One classic study published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that just eating 3 grams of soluble fiber a day, about what you should get in a bowl of oatmeal, could lower LDL cholesterol by nearly 10%. Think about that. Just 1 bowl of oats every morning could make a measurable difference in your heart health. And here's the good news. You don't have to eat boring, plain oatmeal. You can top it with berries, nuts, or even a little cinnamon for extra flavor and extra health benefits. Quick tip. If you're not into oatmeal, try swapping white bread or pasta with whole grain versions. Even popcorn, yes, popcorn, as long as it's not drenched in butter, counts as a whole grain snack that supports heart health. Beans, lentils, and legumes. Now let's move from breakfast to lunch and dinner. One of the most underrated cholesterol-fighting food groups? Beans and legumes. Black beans, kidney beans, chickpeas, lentils. They all pack a punch of plant-based protein and, again, soluble fiber. Picture this. You swap out just 2 servings of red meat a week and replace them with beans. Not only are you cutting down on saturated fat, which raises LDL cholesterol, but you're also boosting fiber, which lowers it. That's a double win. In fact, a Canadian study found that people who ate 1 serving of beans or lentils per day lowered their LDL cholesterol by about 5%. That might not sound huge, but when you combine it with other healthy choices, the benefits add up quickly. Practical idea. Make a hearty lentil soup, throw chickpeas into a salad, or try black bean tacos instead of beef. And if you're thinking, but beans make me gassy, start with small amounts and increase gradually. Your gut will adapt, and your heart will thank you. Nuts and seeds. Okay, snack lovers, this one's for you. Instead of grabbing a bag of chips, reach for a handful of nuts and seeds. Almonds, walnuts, chia seeds, flax seeds. They're rich in healthy fats, particularly omega-3 fatty acids and monounsaturated fats. These are the good fats that actually lower LDL cholesterol and raise HDL, the good cholesterol. A large review from Harvard researchers found that people who ate nuts regularly had a 28% lower risk of heart disease compared to those who rarely ate them. Now, before you go eating the whole jar, remember, nuts are calorie-dense. Stick to a small handful, about an ounce, which is roughly 23 almonds or 14 walnut halves. Pro tip: sprinkle chia seeds into your smoothie. Add walnuts to your oatmeal, or keep a trail mix handy at work. They're convenient, satisfying, and your arteries will love you for it. Fruits and vegetables. Of course, we can't talk about lowering cholesterol without mentioning fruits and vegetables. Here's the cool part. Different colors of fruits and veggies have different protective compounds. For example, apples and pears. High in pectin, a soluble fiber that helps lower LDL. Berries, packed with antioxidants that prevent LDL from oxidizing, a key step in artery damage. Leafy greens like spinach and kale contain compounds that bind to cholesterol in the gut. And here, as something a lot of people don't know, the American Heart Association recommends aiming for at least 5 servings of fruits and veggies per day. Yet, surveys show only about 1 in 10 Americans actually hit that target. So here's a challenge. Next time you grocery shop, grab at least 1 fruit or veggie you don't normally buy. Experiment with it. You might just find a new favorite while doing your heart a big favor. Fatty fish and olive oil. Now let's talk about fat. The right kind of fat. Fatty fish like salmon, sardines, and mackerel are high in omega-3 fatty acids. These don't lower LDL directly, but they reduce triglycerides and inflammation, which lowers overall heart risk. Replacing red meat with fish even just twice a week can make a noticeable difference. And then there's olive oil, a cornerstone of the Mediterranean diet, which is famous for its heart protective effects. Olive oil is rich in monounsaturated fat, which lowers LDL and raises HDL. So here's a simple swap. Instead of butter or margarine, drizzle olive oil over vegetables. Use it in salad dressings or sauté your food with it. Small swaps like this really add up. Dark chocolate and green tea. Okay, I saved the best for last. Yes, you can enjoy dark chocolate. Dark chocolate with at least 70% cocoa has flavonoids, which improve blood flow and may help lower cholesterol. Of course, moderation is key. A square or 2 a day, not the whole bar. And then there's green tea. Studies suggest it can reduce LDL levels and improve overall heart health thanks to its catechins, a type of antioxidant. So next time you're tempted by soda or a sugary coffee drink, try a cup of green tea instead. Your cholesterol will thank you. So let's recap. If you want to lower bad cholesterol naturally, stock your kitchen with oats and whole grains, beans and lentils, nuts and seeds, plenty of colorful fruits and veggies, fatty fish and olive oil, and yes, even a little dark chocolate and green tea. These aren't extreme changes. They're small, doable swaps that add up over time. And the best part? They don't just lower cholesterol. They boost your energy, support your weight, and improve your overall health. So I want to ask you, which of these foods are already in your weekly routine? And which ones are you excited to try? Drop your answers in the comments. I'd love to hear. If you learned something new today, give this video a thumbs up. It really helps the channel grow. Don't forget to subscribe for more science-based health tips, and share this with a friend or family member who could use a little heart health boost. Remember, your health is in your hands, one bite at a time. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.